Welcome to the lab! Hi, so welcome to the University of Huddersfield's Center of Precision Surfaces. That's a long name. So I'm here today to talk about my PhD work. So what it's like. I can't really go into too much detail because that will just take way too long, and I think that will just be way longer than what I want this video to be. So it's going to be quite general. In this lab, we do two things. The first one is polishing, so make something shiny. Goes from like a dull, unreflective surface into like, whoa, shininess. So that's first polishing. The second one is metrology, which is a fancy term, means measurement. So you do your polishing, but then you have to do metrology to measure what exactly that you've done. So you do the work and you measure. And then after measurement, then you kind of get to know what you have to do next. So you can go back to polishing again, and then metrology, and then polishing, and then metrology, until you get a final product that you are happy with. So polishing metrology is what we do here, and I will take you on a little lab tour. So this is the door that you just saw me walk in, and right at the door, this one is a polishing machine. So what you do is you put whatever you want to polish here, and you tell the computer what to do, and then it just like does your polishing. Next, we have a workbench where we have all the tools, nuts and bolts that you would want to accomplish whatever you want to accomplish. And then this is a lapping machine. So what lapping machine does is that you can quickly make something flat. So this big plate rotates, and you put your thing on here, it rotates and kind of like polishes and grinds away whatever it is to be pretty flat. And here is the student office with all the desks, and this is my desk. Ta-da! And at the end of the student office, you get a little kitchenette. So this is where we heat up and eat our lunch. Going out of the student office again, here's a little conference room. Great place for chit chat. And we already saw this little polishing machine, and this one is just a bigger one. So you'd put whatever you want to polish onto the table, and this big tool like rotates a lot. You tell the computer what to do, and then it kind of like does its thing. Here are all the chemicals that we use. We have a little 3D printer, and then a little bit of a bigger 3D printer here. And then over here is a 7-axis robotic arm. So 7 points, it kind of does its thing. And then you put your thing on the table, and it polishes. So another polishing machine. All these big machines today, I can't really show you how they work because for safety reasons, they need 2 people present in case one of them gets electrocuted, one of them gets zapped, or they get caught in a moving part, then the other person can call for help. And because of current lockdown rules, only one of us is allowed to be in the lab at one time. So really one person, we can't use those machines. So they haven't been touched for quite a few months since the pandemic began. So here are 3 little office cubicles, 1, 2, 3, for the 2 assistant professors, and then 1 professor. And then here is the metrology lab where we do the measurements. So here's a little probe measurement. You kind of take the end, you kind of dab around, measuring your surface. Let me put it back. Okay. And here's like little thing shoots laser, and then the laser gets reflected. That way it measures your surface. And here's something that currently is being built. Yeah, with all the parts coming a little bit slow, taking a while to build because of the pandemic, and everything's just slow. So that's basically it for the lab. I know I just went through all these things really quickly because yeah, it will be too much detail to go in if I talk about all of them. I'll show you what I've been working on before the pandemic hits. So polishing has three main components. The first one is the part you want to polish, so in this case a piece of glass. The second part is the tool that you use to polish with. So the tool, this one, is a rotating bonnet. And the third one is polishing slurry. So as the tool is polishing, rotating away on the glass, there are polishing slurry that kind of shoots out. And slurry contains chemicals and abrasives that helps the tool to grind away and polish away on the glass. So my focus was on polishing slurry, so using different slurries to see what the effect is on glass. So what I've done is I had this little tub here that I can put my piece of glass in, and then with these clamps you can clamp them. You can clamp the glass in, and then I will fill it with whatever polishing slurry that I'm testing. So when the tub is filled up with slurry, I have this whole thing set on the table, and then we'll do some polishing experiments and see how it goes. And then when that's done, take it to the metrology lab and measure how it works. But ever since the pandemic, I couldn't work on the big machines anymore. So instead, these days, or this past year really, what I've been working on is some software modeling. So in the metrology lab, there is a software computer that I've been building like models and simulations and such. So I've linked this computer to, what is it? TeamViewer, which means I can use it at home. So I can use my own laptop to link to this desktop and then work from home. So that's it.